In the bustling mortal world, Jinmi enjoys herself in the company of Yanyou and the local earth god. They laugh and drink in a small tavern until the old land deity becomes completely drunk. Ever the mischief maker, Yanyou suggests that the night is still young and leads Jinmi to new amusements. He takes her into a mahjong house, where Jinmi's innocent luck proves unbeatable. Round after round, they win until their pile of coins grows into a heavy sack. Helpless, the owner has no choice but to drive them away, muttering at their outrageous fortune. But Yanyou is not finished. With a sly grin, he leads Jinmi into Wanchen House, a notorious pleasure hall. The courtesans quickly surround the wide-eyed Jinmi, teasing and tugging at her, when suddenly Xufeng arrives. Following Jinmi's aura across the mortal realm, he has finally found her. At the sight before him, his temper flares. He accuses Yanyou of breaking his word and bringing Jinmi to such a place. Just then, Runyu appears. Instead of relief, Xufeng grows even more furious. Runyu had hidden Jinmi's aura among the crowds, leaving the flower realm in chaos while she wandered into a house of ill repute. To make amends, Runyu binds Yanyou and leaves him hanging in the courtyard as punishment. Later, the three sit together at a pavilion, with the land deity Zhang Fude kneeling before them, begging forgiveness. Xufeng sentences him to serve in Lao Jun's alchemy chamber as penance. In the midst of this, Yanyou secretly slips his wine to Jinmi, urging her to distract the princes so he might escape. Inside the chamber, as Jinmi brings the wine, Xufeng cannot help but notice Runyu's gentle concern for her. Jealousy stirs in his heart. He warns his brother that Jinmi is not someone either of them should dare to desire. The words hang heavy in the air. Yet the cups soon fill, and the two princes, each lost in thought, drink until they collapse in drunken sleep. Jinmi helps the swaying Xufeng into his room. Remembering that he owes her 1,000 years of spiritual power, she tries to draw it from him. But his aura resists, guarded even in slumber. Suddenly, Xufeng stirs awake. In his half-dazed state, he gathers his energy into a crystal orb and returns it to her. Exhausted, he falls into her arms. Jinmi, puzzled, misunderstands his actions. Thinking it an invitation for dual cultivation, she mimics the flirtations she witnessed earlier in Wanchen House. Xufeng, lost in a haze, responds instinctively. Unlocking her spirit-sealing hairpin, he pushes her onto the bed and leans close to kiss her. But at the last instant, clarity strikes. He pulls back in anguish, whispering that he knows her heart, but fate is cruel. If they persist, they will both be destroyed. With that, he flees the room, leaving Jinmi bewildered and hurt. Outside, Yanyou seizes the chance to bargain with Xufeng. He reveals the reason Jinmi clings so desperately to spiritual power. 900 years ago, Jinmi and her dear friend Ru sneaked out of the flower realm and encountered the beast Qiangxi. Ru was struck by the beast's poisoned needle, her life fading fast. Yanyou saved Jinmi, but Ru perished. To spare Jinmi despair, he told her that if Ru had true destiny, she would one day reincarnate as an immortal and find her again. Since then, Jinmi has sought spiritual power, not only to repay what she owes, but to save the friend she still hopes to meet again. Xufeng knows the cruel truth. Qiangxi's poison devours the very soul. Ru can never return. Yanyou's words had been nothing but a fragile comfort. When Yanyou departs, Runyu and Xufeng reflect on his mysterious strength. Though one of the Zodiac Immortals, his power far surpasses the others. 9 centuries ago, he even faced Qiangxi and survived. Yet when clashing with Runyu earlier, he surrendered too easily. Clearly, he is concealing his true abilities. Both princes recall the black-clad figure who appeared during Xufeng's nirvana, and suspicion takes root. They agree not to act rashly, but to quietly watch Yanyou's next move. Above all, Runyu insists they must keep him away from Jinmi. Later that night, to protect her in silence, Xufeng leaves a golden phoenix hairpin beside her pillow. At dawn, Jinmi finds it, her face lighting with joy as she pins it into her hair. She joins Runyu for a game of chess, and when he notices the phoenix hairpin, she happily gifts him her treasured grapevine hair ornament in return. Meanwhile, Zhang Fude arrives to take his leave. With a deep bow, he sets off for Lao Jun's alchemy chamber to atone for his mistakes.